My name is Erna Levy, and I've been in B'nai B'rith for quite a number of years, and at the moment I belong to Sydney Masada unit. Well, my time with B'nai B'rith would go back to 1940, when B'nai B'rith members, because of their social need here, because they were strangers in a strange land with a strange language, they used to meet on Sunday afternoons in private homes. And they felt a need to start a B'nai B'rith organization in Sydney. I'm not sure of the year, but they did apply then to B'nai B'rith in Washington to get a charter and to start the organization in Australia. My personal involvement is, number one, that I am a child of very staunch B'nai B'rith people, and Jerry, my late husband, also comes from a very devoted and dedicated family of B'nai B'rith members, both from German origin. And from there, the organization in Australia grew. The first meeting with my husband, Jerry, is really not worth reporting because it has its funny sides, yes. He was in the army in Australia here with my brother, and my brother invited him to come to our house. And there Jerry met me. I came home from school, I was in school uniform, very plump, very pimply, and Jerry took one look at me and looked the other way. And that's how we originally met. But then, years later, we met again through B'nai B'rith Youth, and that's when our permanent liaison started. Jerry and I were both in B'nai B'rith. At the time, it wasn't B'nai B'rith Youth, but don't forget it was still very conventional. It was B'nai B'rith Young Men and B'nai B'rith Young Women, and we had our separate meetings, but we did have joint functions, but we had our separate committees, and through our involvement in B'nai B'rith Youth as such, Jerry and I got together again. We participated in. I'll have to tell you the funny part is when we got initiated into Senior Lodge, which was in 1951, they had to have the initiation, I think it was at 6 or 6:30. Why? Because from the youth group, people who graduated to Senior Lodge, there were 3 feeding mums amongst them, and it had to be a time when it fitted in with our bubs. But my involvement at first was very minimal, and Jerry has always been an organization person and got involved very quickly and very soon. And he even recalls that when he went to the first committee meetings, they were mostly in German, but he was the one who brought the English influence into it because he was the youngest. And I always felt my place was at home. We had young children. Jerry was very committed and involved in the organization, and I felt one parent must be at home. Jerry's first position on the executive of Senior Lodge was warden, and from there he had all sorts of involvements and finished up being the district president. And that involved a lot of overseas travel, interstate travel, because as I maintain, Jerry didn't have any degrees or letters behind his name, but I always maintained he had his heart in the right place, and he made it his mission for B'nai B'rith that he would go interstate and see the other lodges as they formed to support their executives and be personally involved.